wish that I could just wish away my feelings, but I can't.
Sand hurts my feelings.
I don't like sand.
Hurts my feelings.
Haunted by big sand in my very soul. Sand. Are you suffering as much as I am?
Sand hurts my feelings.
Tormenting me. I'm in agony.
Sand hurts my feelings.
I don't like sand.
Hello, and welcome to The Sand Hurts My Feelings. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm your other host, Sarah. And today we're talking about our picks for Ray and Speak Now.
But there's a lot more information that we have to talk about now.
Holy crap, yes.
So if you do not want to hear about the album Life of a Showgirl and the engagement and our thoughts on those engagements and stuff like that, you should jump to the 25-minute mark because we talk about it a long time in our intro. At the around the 25-minute mark, that is when we start talking about the connections between Ray and Speak Now. So jump out right now. If not, enjoy the ride because it's fun. To the point of we had this episode recorded and now have to record again. Yeah, lots of information. What happened, Sarah?
August was Taylor Swift month, basically.
Yeah, basically. She now owns, she did own it with August, but she's now the official, nobody can claim August. She owns it.
Yes. So she announced on the podcast with Travis and Jason Kelsey that she is releasing her 12th studio album.
Shout out to New Heights Podcast.
The Life of a Showgirl.
Yeah, we got the name of it too.
Yeah.
Well, she announced it. Oh, well, that was the thing because that we can now say I think we may not have been official Swifties because we're not the like vinyl collectors like when she releases things, but like before she went on the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
She announced an album is coming. So we pre-ordered the pre-order.
Yes. So we knew nothing about it.
We knew nothing about it. It was like, we're just pre-ordering it. And then she announced on the podcast that it was Life of a Showgirl and then dropped like 4 different variants of the CD. And Sarah was like, I really like this Pretty Silver CD. So we're getting that too. And no problems here, but they have to so we now have, we bought
we're
before.
We're going to have 2 coming.
We're going to have 2 coming, and it's not like, I lost this one. It's just like, nope, we're buying 2, and we're good with it.
Yeah, well,
so we're officially
Swifties. The silver one comes with like the bracelet, the charm bracelet, and it comes with a couple of other things. I'm just like,
yes. So if that was the last door to becoming an official Swiftie, I think we both crossed it. If we weren't official Swifties before. I
mean, we have a Star Wars Taylor Swift podcast.
That does.
I think that puts us in the solid
Swifties. I would probably agree, but now no one can gatekeep that piece, though.
Sure, which we don't stand for gatekeeping on this podcast.
No, whatever level of Star Wars or Taylor Swift you like, we hope you listen to us, but you're welcome.
Yes. But yeah, she announced the name on the New Heights podcast. She gave us the 12 songs that are going to be the album as part of that podcast.
And then it finally happened.
It did.
She's engaged.
They got engaged. No, because I texted you about it. Because you had texted me about something else. And I said, yes, we'll do that when I get home. And then we'll have to celebrate the engagement.
To shout out to Kalia as well. Because Kalia, one of our listeners, Instagrammed me that as well. But I was just sitting at work, like on my lunch break, and I was like, oh, Kaylee just sent me a reel or sent me a post.
You didn't look at it right
I did
away.
not look at it. No, this is 12 o'clock. So she sent that right away, and that should have been the giveaway. But then, at 12:30, Sarah's like, we'll celebrate the engagement. And I'm like, what engagement? And so I then I was just like, oh. And so then I literally just went on the internet, and I was like, Taylor Swift, and then engagement, and I was like, oh my gosh! And then I found everything, and I looked at Kaylee, and she had shared the Instagram post and everything, and
so beautiful. So do we want to start there?
It's amazing.
Since we're there, and then we can go back and talk.
We'll come back to
Showgirl.
Showgirl, but yes,
it was so beautiful.
It was so pretty, and so the big thing I want to preface this of when I say it finally happened. Marriage is not everything, and it is not for everyone, but it is obviously something that Taylor has wanted.
Yes. She's wanted someone to be in her life.
And wants the commitment of it.
Yes.
That's the thing, because I'm like, there's a lot of people who fall in love and they're just like marriage, they view marriage as a negative thing or whatever. And you're like, and that's totally valid thought. But it has been very, and I don't want it to be of oh yeah, we're like, she's not worth anything until she's married. That kind of that sexist view of like, nope, she needs to have a man. But I'm like, it's obviously something that she has really wanted, and she's sung about, and of like, I want to, like, I wouldn't marry me either, a pathological people pleaser.
And I just think about the song "The Prophecy" as she's like, I would give anything to change it. I was just like someone who wants to be with me.
Right, and she changed the prophecy. That's again like that. There's so many people have talked about that of like, yeah, she finally changed the prophecy.
Yes.
Like, so I just wanted to clear that up. Like, this is not about gender roles or anything like that. It is about, this is what she wanted, and I'm so happy that she's happy.
Yeah, these two people
they love
fell
each
in
other,
love, and they want to commit themselves to each other.
Yes, that's all I want is her happiness. If she was happy not being married, I would love that for her. But she's made it clear that she wants to be married, and so I'm so happy for her.
Yes,
like this. Yeah.
No, and the more I see of Travis, especially because we watched the New Heights podcast, and you see a side of him that you don't really see in other places and in other interviews. And
right, when he's professional. When he's professional, he's very guarded.
His guard is down a little bit. It's a more casual podcast when he's talking with his brother and Taylor.
Yes, okay, yeah. You see him joking around and the care and the love he has for her.
Yes.
And
honestly, just the way he looks at her and like all of the pictures the tabloids have taken, whether they're the stage shots or
that's
the
unstaged
shots, just the way he looks at her, I'm like, this is adorable.
Or just like the way he reacted at the tour.
Yeah,
like that's where I'm like, it's not just on the podcast, but I'm like, here we actually got to converse with him and her. But it was like,
see them have a conversation,
and together. But we also got to see so much of Taylor.
Yes,
because and that's the thing that that she feels comfortable to do that again, because this is Sarah's first time seeing that. Because you've seen like clips of her doing it in the past, but you became a fan after Reputation.
I did.
And so with Reputation, she shut it off. Like, she shut off the connection. And,
I mean, you talked about how she deleted all of her social media accounts. She went dark. No one had heard from her. And then she was very guarded after that.
And she's very guarded. Yeah, exactly. Like, she's very guarded of everything. She doesn't do like, this is the side of me interviews. Like, it's very like, this is an interview and I will give you an interview. It is not like what was on the podcast. Cause it used to be, she'd just be like, yeah, I'm a goof. I'm going to have fun as we're talking. And then she got hurt and it stopped. And so like, we got to see her be a goof. We got to see them both be goofs.
I love all of their bread puns.
That was so great. And I don't even care if people are claiming that it is a Easter egg that she's doing the Super Bowl, whatever. Even if it's not, it's a great thought. If it's true, great. If it's not, I actually almost kind of hope it's not, because I just love the bread puns.
No, I've seen people online of like, okay, now we need more bread puns, and so I've saved them to my phone because I'm a cross stitcher, I'm a crafter, I love to bake as well, so I'm like, I can make something really cute with these quips if I, cross stitch them into an apron or a napkin or make a little decor for the kitchen. I'm like, this is beautiful. This is what I want in life.
One thing that I want to mention that I don't think has been mentioned, or that I haven't seen, so if somebody's brought it up, that's fine. I think it's so cute that he hasn't heard her whole discography.
He hasn't?
No, because in the podcast they made a comment.
Oh, she's like, oh yeah, this wasn't on the tour.
Like that's before you, like, because it was like from the Red album, and because he loves 1989, and he's like, yep, everything after that he's loved, but like because they made some bread pun. I think it was like, I Know You Were Trouble or something like.
It was a reference from a lyric on Red, I think.
And he was just like, what? And she was just like, yeah, it's not a big deal. It's like, don't worry about it. Like, that's before you. And I'm like,
yeah, I think it wasn't it Loafing Him Was Bread.
Yes, Loafing Him Was Bread.
Instead of Loving Him Was Red.
Right. And I'm like, yeah. And that's that's the album Red, but he was like, I think it's cute that he hasn't heard it all. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, he doesn't care about her. I'm like, but to me, that means he does care about her. And this isn't just about her ability. And he's more invested in the person than the artist.
Yeah, he likes the person, not the superstar, not the stage persona.
Exactly. Like, he likes both, because that shows me there's an equal part of, I like this person, and Yeah. So
It's not just about the fact of like I'm
dating Taylor Swift,
or not,
the
I am
icon.
engaged.
Yeah, I'm engaged to the icon. It's
You care about the actual.
that she cares. Yeah, he built her a freaking secret garden based off of one of her songs. Of like, I go to secret gardens I build in my mind. I only have the key to get to, and he's like, I built one so that I can get there. Like that he can get in there. He's so sweet, and it's just I just love it all for them. And again, he's so sweet because we've gotten little tidbits from like more information from his parents, which I find is also hilarious. Of like proud parents, but of just like the relationships of like like they're like, when can we announce it? When can he's just like, whenever Taylor says. And you're like, yes, like he knows it. Like he's and it's not I'm upset about that. It's just whenever she says we're on her timetable. Sounds great.
Yeah, like
It's again, it's that and again, the way he talked her up on that podcast. I know we're going back to but I'm just like
that's fine. That's what we're here for.
Like the way he talked her up of like, you are an athlete. And she kept diminishing it. She's just like, nope, not an athlete. And he was just like, you are. Like, and he was basically saying she's a better athlete than him. Yeah. And she refused to acknowledge that because she was just like, no, I'm not. But he's like, she's literally going for 3.5 hours by herself, not drinking, like just running around, and then brought up the like on a giant computer board that's hot and everything. And I'm like, she's going non-stop versus me. I go for 3 hours on a Sunday. And then she's also doing those things 3 days in a row. Versus I just do it on a Sunday, and then I have
every minute of the game.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, even if he's like, I'm doing it, and then I have 6 days to recover.
Yeah,
she does it for 3 days in a row and then recovers.
Yeah,
and the recovery is still is a shorter amount of time because she's got to be ready for the next Thursday show.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and this just was a happy moment. And I know there's a lot of people trying to diminish it and be like,
just don't like to see other people be happy.
And I'm just like, we need to celebrate the good things.
Yes, these two people fell in love and are happy, and I want to celebrate happiness.
If we stay in misery all the time, like it's not, we're not gonna be able to get out. You have to celebrate the happiness when you can.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what we hope this podcast is that little bit of happiness. Or I mean, we're kind of depressing with our picks, but like that it helps.
We want to be a break.
We want to be a break from the situation, but yeah. So no, it was so cool. And then so to wrap us up, I think on this, we haven't talked about the song list, and I think there's only one.
Well, I was gonna say we need to talk. We've talked mostly about their engagement. We need to talk about
Showgirl.
We are very excited. Like we've mentioned, we've ordered it twice because we're so excited.
Right, that was interesting. Because when we pre-ordered the pre-order, it was like you will get it before October 15th or 13th, and you're like, okay, so we don't have a release date, but we know it's coming before then. So we know it's from now to October 13th.
Yes,
like that was
in the podcast,
and then they announced it's October 3rd. Yep.
Yes, so we're in countdown mode. When this comes out, we basically are like a month away.
Yep.
Which super exciting. Yeah, the track list. She gave us the track list, and she was very firm. These are the 12 songs, and we're not clowning like other people out there. I believe Taylor when she says these are her 12 songs.
I agree, and I saw an Instagram reel, and I'm really disappointed that I don't remember who it was. Hopefully, I can maybe find it and repost it because I know I've liked it. But there's a lot of people who think that this is in response to TTBD and the criticism she's got of TTBD of like in the podcast again, we're going back to it, but there's a lot of information in there. She's like, I just love to write, and I'm constantly always writing, and that's how she's processed. And so like people got mad at her or didn't call it a real album because there were 31 songs. And I'm just like, that's insane that you would not give this the accolade and stuff that it deserves of like, it's not an album, it's a concept or whatever. And I'm like, that's stupid.
It is.
But like that, but I very much think that that's the response to this is that because TTBD did not get the acclaim that it definitely did.
It's too many songs.
It's too many. It's too long. It wasn't tight enough. All that stuff. I'm just like, no, it was every bit of it was good.
No, to me, the point of like if you're going to be a musician like Taylor is, an artist like Taylor is, it is to explore and to do things for yourself and to release for yourself. And to me, she needed all of those 31 songs because she was going through a hell of a time.
Yeah.
And so it's like she wrote this on the first year of the Eras tour and like recorded it in the first year of the Eras tour and like was going through awful things.
Yeah. And then the Showgirl is about the second half of the tour.
Yeah. So like
Once she found Travis.
Yeah.
And so
and like you said, it was like it's kind of a peek behind the curtain of, so maybe not everything is about Travis, but it's like her time in like this big tour and
right.
the expectations that there is.
And Sarah is going to finally find her Taylor Swift Get Wrecked song because
I'm not excited. So I can I tell my story?
Go for it.
I want to tell my story.
Go for it.
So we were watching the podcast. We were not watching it in real time. We started later, so we were able to pause and things like that. She started going through the track list, and as soon as she announced the track list for number 5, I started crying. So this bodes well for when she actually releases it.
Yep.
So for those of you who don't know, track number 5 is Eldest Daughter. And I am an eldest daughter in my family and have recognized a lot of my problematic behaviors and thought processes are things that are typically placed on eldest daughters in terms of like perfectionism and shining exampleness and like the responsible, mature one even before like you're ready for it.
Yep.
And Taylor is an eldest daughter. So yeah, I cried instantly because I'm like, this is going to like, of course, at this point, I have no idea what the song sounds like, no idea what the lyrics are, but I'm just like, the fact that this is a track number 5.
We all know track 5s. So
I'm going to get wrecked.
Yeah.
Like, I would say, So Long London, didn't wreck me, but like, I felt So Long London.
Yep.
That one hurt. You're on Your Own, Kid is like a more positive.
No,
track,
it's not.
Track 5?
No, it's not.
Well, people take it that way.
I do find that funny of how the friendship bracelets came from a not like it's not. I don't think it's negative, but it is not a positive. It's like you're on your own, kid. Like you're on your own, and she has to process that she's on her own.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so in case any new Swifties or anything, track 5 is known for Taylor dealing with something.
Yeah,
and it is an emotional rawness that she shows to the fans. Yeah,
it's a more vulnerable look at herself versus some of her other songs where she might be processing something.
Correct, but and there's other emotionally raw, but it tends to be the most emotionally raw song on the album, and that is a track 5.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows this.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's the one that
she's the one that did it, and she told us this because we all picked up on it. Everybody picked up on it, and then she's like, "Yep, this is how it is. Mm-hmm. Track 5s are important."
Yeah. Do we want to run through the track list here?
I don't think we need to.
No.
If there's one that you are excited for, I'm excited for The Fate of Ophelia. I think that's going to be interesting because I'm an English nerd, so I know who Ophelia is. And I've also noticed that some of her album art is like, I think the first picture on the album art is like an homage to Ophelia in the River. And that kind of stuff. So also, okay. Can we talk about how good she looks in all this, in all these pictures?
Yeah, she's fire.
She's fire. Like,
she is hot.
And she just is looking and owning it all herself. I've seen criticisms like, how is this appropriate? And I'm like, then it's not for you. Like, she is doing this, and this is her embracing the positivity of her body, and how we have seen throughout the tour, we've seen her embracing it, because we've all seen Miss Americana and how she's talked about how she's struggled with eating disorders, and like to have her be this positive and this open and healthy, because like none of these shots, like, they're risque, but like none of them are like where her you can see rib cage and so like she looks healthy.
Yeah.
So like she just looks so good.
No, she looks so good, and yeah, I love the celebration of that she feels comfortable to pose in this way and to share these pictures with us after struggling with an eating disorder. And I mean, that's something that you struggle your whole life, but she's to a point where she feels good. And you had kind of talked about like this is just a whole album of, or like a whole time for her of coming out. Like you talked about how, with Reputation, she kind of went back into the shadows. She was secretive, and now she's being a lot more open about her life again. And to me, the album artwork is indicative of that. Of like I'm showing it all out there, and I think we'll get some of those themes in the album because she talks about. I mean, that is just part of these songs are her diary.
Yeah.
And so she puts everything out there for us, and I think we'll get some of those themes in Showgirl.
Yep.
But no, they're beautiful pictures, and people just want a reason to hate Taylor Swift, honestly.
Honestly.
No, it's dumb.
If you don't like her, that's fine. But it's
I was gonna say other artists have posed just as risque, if not more risque, on other album covers, and it doesn't get the same.
Correct. Of like she can do whatever she wants. She does not. You may make her a role model, but she does not have to treat. Again, I think she is. Even with these pictures, I think she is. But like, if she doesn't want to be a role model anymore, she has every right to do that.
Yeah.
Like she is a woman; she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Like it's this again. She's not doing like it's again misogynistic BS that our patriarchy.
No,
F the patriarchy, everybody.
I think one of the last things I want to say here about the pictures that we've gotten with the album release and the different variant covers is I like the connections that people are making to her outfit choices and outfits that other strong female pop artists have worn in the past, because I've seen connections with some of the outfits to Beyonce, to Selena Gomez, to Britney Spears, and things that they've worn in previous albums or previous shows or things like that. And I mean, Taylor's an intentional person like that.
Absolutely.
So I do like that, because I've seen the people put the pictures side by side, and I'm like, it's really hard to say that she didn't. Like, that wasn't an intentional thought.
Yep.
So I like that, and that makes me even more excited for the album and everything that it contains. Are we going to do a special bonus release episode when the album comes out to talk about it?
We're absolutely going to do that because we're already sitting at 22 minutes.
And we're just talking
intro,
about the
and
track
we're just
list.
talking about the track
Okay,
list.
we also
So
talked a lot about the engagement in this
correct.
intro.
No, I'm not saying we didn't, but like but just talking about the album and stuff like that. So
yes, so we'll do a special episode, and then Ray will actually be our first character that we're going to do an episode for the Life of Showgirl for.
correct. Yes.
We will go back and make sure that we get Leia in Showgirl and Padme in Showgirl, but Ray will be the first one we do.
Right, and we
with the
want
album.
we wanted to make sure we had enough time to process the songs and stuff like
listen,
that
yep,
and listen
yep.
through.
Yep, so those will be coming. We will tell you more about those when we know when they're coming, but have no fear.
We also have huge news. We're going to be at GalaxyCon
Yes.
in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah,
less than 2 weeks.
13th.
Yeah, September 13th, we'll be at GalaxyCon in Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa. So if you want to come see us talk about Padme and Taylor Swift, come on down.
It's going to be fun.
It's an evening, so yeah, but we'd love to see you.
All right. On to the episode.
Let's go. All right.
Should we get into the
The
content
Star Wars.
of...
Well, not the Star Wars, because we'll get into the content of the episode, but because, now we jump into Speak Now. So we're talking about Speak Now and our favorite songs off of Speak Now.
Yes, as our setup to going into our character discussion. So, Alex, would you like to share your favorite song from Speak Now?
I guess I can go first because mine is going to go for a while. Again, this is going to be a longer episode, I guess, but Haunted. Oh my gosh, I have loved that song forever. It is my number one Taylor Swift song.
Of all time?
Of all time so far.
I was going to say, yeah, currently.
Currently, like, I don't know if anything can take it, but it was so good when it came out. It's such an undersell. It's like it's a lean experiment into kind of rock. But the strings and pieces of like that, the bum 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 bum, like just like how it hits me, and I've never experienced that kind of love or loss or anything, but I'm just like, it gets me every time, and I'm just like, bah, 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 and I'm screaming it almost every time I hear that song. I'm just like, yeah, someone can't go back now, you're haunted. And so yeah, it's just that is my song. Again, I don't think anything will take it. we'll never know, never say never, but that is my favorite song. I actually got my best friend into Taylor Swift off of that song
Yes.
because she's just like, yeah, I've heard of her, like I've heard of a few of her songs, and she's not that great, or she's just like, she's okay, and I'm like, okay, well, hear this song, listen to this song. And she listened to it. She's like, "Oh my gosh, she can sing!" And I'm like, "Yes, she can sing. Yeah." And like, it's so haunting and like haunted. Like, ha 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 ha. But I'm just like, it's such a great song, and absolutely my number one.
That wasn't that long.
Who knows? Whatever.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for sharing.
And what is your favorite song?
Surprisingly, my favorite song from Speak Now, I will caveat, it's Taylor's version because it's a vault track.
Really? Okay.
Yes, I can differentiate if you would like me to. My favorite off of the kind of set album versus the entirety with Taylor's version. But we count that. So
I'm not super surprised. You're not as much of a fan of her early country stuff.
My favorite Speak Now song is Castles Crumbling.
Yeah, it's a fantastic song. That is close on my list, but yeah, Haunted can take it. But yeah,
to me, it's similar to Haunted.
Yep.
But I love the duet with Hayley Williams. I love the imagery that Taylor creates in that song. In the story that she tells, it's a very clear visual of, I have this kingdom, I ruled everything, and then I'm losing people and things are falling around, and it kind of gets into like self-hatred places of like, I never wanted you to hate me. I like the story that Taylor tells with it, and the imagery that we get in that story with, her kingdom and the reign that she had and the rise that she had, and then the cracks are coming through, and her talking about, I let all this power go to my head, and it's like, I'm not to quote another Taylor Swift song, but like, she's the problem, and like things are kind of caving in around her. And the duet with Hayley Williams is an excellent choice, and I really, really enjoyed that song.
Sure. And I mean, like, it's honestly talking that's a good song that talks about the fame that we talked about earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's that how is she processing and dealing with the fame, and that's actually the song deliberately written after Kanye's
the Kanye incident.
Because again, she thought she was being booed on stage. Like, she thought they were booing her, not him. So that's that kind of that response.
Right. So yeah, and it's like, how do you process what you perceive? And it's like, what you perceive may or may not be what is actually
happening.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what, yeah, absolutely. It's a great pick.
Thank you. All right. Did you want to talk about your pick for Speak Now and Ray first, or would you like me to? I think it's actually a good transition and a little peek behind the curtain, if you will. So for those of you who don't want me to count the vault tracks for favorite songs, my pick for Ray would actually be my favorite song on kind of the OG Speak Now album.
Okay.
So it's actually my number 2 on Speak Now, but from the original album. My pick for Ray is Mean. To me, this is her singing to Kylo Ren throughout the entire sequel trilogy.
Sure.
Why do you gotta be so mean?
Sure.
But I also think it's a bit meta at times, and I'll point those out as they go through the lyrics, when the fans call her a Mary Sue and that she is undeserving of her powers and place in the story. So going through the lyrics, you, with your words like knives and swords and weapons that you use against me, you have knocked me off my feet again, got me feeling like a nothing. You, with your voice like nails on a chalkboard, calling me out when I'm wounded. You, picking on the weaker man. For Kylo, he has years of experience and training on Rey. Like, Rey just figured out what Jedi and the Force are, like, really recently here within the sequel trilogy. And Rey doubts herself and her abilities for a lot of the trilogy. That's part of her character growth. But Kylo still cuts her down and belittles her.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of going on the meta level a little bit, Rey can't defend herself from us as fans because she's a fictional character. And so, like, people can rant about her and, like, cut her down, but she can't ever create a rebuttal for herself. So that's not fair.
Sure.
A little bit of a weak one there, but I have it down.
Mhm.
Then we hit the chorus. Someday I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Someday I'll be big enough so you can't hit me, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Why you gotta be so mean? Again, just Kylo has choices here, and he has actually shown her an extended, like, compassion. Not compassion's a strong word. Has actually, like, reached out to her and shown a softer side. He's shown her Ben Solo, but so he doesn't have to be mean, but he still chooses to be.
Yep.
Then hitting the second verse, you, with your switching sides and your wildfire lies and your humiliation, you have pointed out my flaws again as if I don't already see them. So Kylo taps into Rey's mind and exploits her insecurities that he finds within her mind. And Kylo appears to switch sides in The Last Jedi. His Rey's like, he's gonna be good. I'm gonna go and convert him. And then he's like, no, come join me and we can rule all this together. And then he actually switches sides and joins the light side in The Rise of Skywalker. I also see this as kind of a call out to the fans. Part of a good character and storytelling is having flaws and imperfections, but fans tend to nitpick and hang their hats on, like, those little things being the reason that Rey's a bad character and that it's a bad movie. And I'm like, Luke was flawed, Han was flawed, Leia was flawed. Like, that's what makes them human and relatable, because we're all flawed and imperfect. So, like, that's, you know, what you like about these other characters is quote unquote what you hate about Rey, and that's not fair. That's mean.
Yep.
Continuing on with the lyrics, I bet you got pushed around, somebody made you cold, but the cycle ends right now because you can't lead me down that road. Kylo has been pushed around by Snoke, which we learn later is Palpatine, but Rey isn't going to fall for it. She's going to stand tall and not fall to the dark side or give in to her insecurities like Kylo Ren did.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bridge. I can see you years from now in a bar talking over a football game with that same big loud opinion, but nobody's listening. Washed up and ranting about the same old bitter things. Drunk and grumbling on about how I can't sing. This to me is the key meta part. You have all of the fans, you know, at their happy hours or at their conventions or whatever, complaining about Rey and how they don't love her, but you're still talking about her.
Yep.
So you could choose to talk about literally anything else in the Star Wars galaxy, but you're talking about how much you don't like this one particular person.
Yeah, talk about what you like, not what you hate.
Exactly. So in her parting shot to Kylo Ren, all you are is mean and a liar and pathetic and alone in life and mean.
True. Kylo Ren is.
That's my pick.
Very good pick. Nice.
Thank you. Now, what is your... I take it we didn't match.
We did not match.
What is your pick for Speak Now?
So mine actually just connects back to your favorite song a little bit.
With Castles Crumbling?
Castles
Okay.
Crumbling,
Okay.
or more of what it's about, because in Castles Crumbling, that was about how she felt when Kanye did her walk on stage. But I chose the song that she wrote to him on that album, Innocent, for Rey, where that he makes mistakes and she was trying to write it as a forgiveness, which he did not take and does not deserve at this point. But so I chose Innocent for Rey, but it is her singing to Kylo Ren. So this is Rey singing at Kylo Ren.
Okay.
So, and this is in The Last Jedi. And because she feels for him and feels he has been manipulated and abandoned by his elders. So to start off with our lyrics, I guess you really did it this time. Left yourself in your war path. Lost your balance on a tightrope. Lost your mind trying to get it back. Wasn't it easier in your lunchbox days? Always a bigger bed to crawl into. Wasn't it beautiful when you believed in everything and everybody believed in you? Ben has killed his father and doesn't see a way for himself to come back to the light. He has been walking a tightrope all along, through The Force Awakens and finally lost his balance and fell to the dark side. Ben is fighting with this thought, and Rey is trying to comfort him in that it was easier when he was younger. It was his elders who failed him, not himself. Then continuing with the song, it's all right, just wait and see. Your string of lights is still bright to me. Oh, who you are is not where you've been. You're still an innocent. You're still an innocent. So Rey still believes that Ben is there, and it is not all Kylo Ren. He still hasn't made his choice to fall to the dark side. She thinks she can change him and show him how to come back to the light. Then continuing, did some things you can't speak of, but at night you live it all again. You wouldn't be shattered on the floor now if you only had seen what you know now then. So she knows how much killing his father has hurt him and is trying to calm him with accepting of who he is and saying that wasn't his fault. It was, again, being manipulated. So then back to beginning of our chorus. Wasn't it easier in your firefly catching days and everything out of reach? Someone bigger brought down to you. Wasn't it beautiful running wild till you fell asleep before the monsters caught up to you? It's all right, just wait and see. Your string of lights is still bright to me. Oh, who you are is not where you've been. You're still an innocent. So after hearing his story about Luke turning on him, and then hearing that Luke had made a mistake, but not to the degree that Ben thought, she is reminding him of the early days when he was younger and life was easier. She is also telling him that she still cares for him, even with everything that he has done. And then our last piece, time turns flames to embers. You'll have new Septembers. Every one of us has messed up too. Ooh, ooh. Minds change like the weather. I hope you remember, today is never too late to be brand new. So this is her plea on the supremacy for him to come to her and turn back from the dark. Join the light with her, and they can start a new life and a new order together.
I was skeptical at first, but the line about the monsters catching up to you or chasing you, I think is really relevant. And especially like that last verse, I can see her saying that on the supremacy after their partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so that is a good pick. I buy into it now.
Oh, so you didn't buy into it for most of it, though, apparently.
The beginning is like, okay, where is this going? Where is this going? And then by the end, yeah, you have me on board.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right. That's well, we are excited to continue talking about Rey and Taylor's discography. So our next episode will be focusing on Rey and our picks from Red.
Yes, Red Taylor's version.
So Alex is making that distinct.
I am making that distinction.
I probably should too.
Is yours Red Taylor's version too?
Mine's Red Taylor's version.
Okay, so you know as both vault tracks are coming in.
Woo! Woohoo! So, hey, the odds of us matching just increased because we both said that they were
vault tracks. Our numbers have listed, but there are a lot of vault tracks.
There are with Red.
So
I don't think we're going to match.
I don't either, because mine goes meta.
Mine does not, so we don't match.
Yep.
Okay, but still, tune in and figure out what our picks from the vault from Red are for Rey. You can find us on a variety of social medias. We are on Blue Sky at Sandy Feelings. We're on Instagram and Threads at the Sand Hurts My Feelings Pod. You can send us a good old-fashioned email at the Sand Hurts My Feelings Pod at gmail.com, or also kick it old school and find us over on Facebook at the Sand Hurts My Feelings Podcast.
And then, yeah, we'll see if we have more information about T12 by our next episode. And it's going to be, I'm back at school, so hopefully everybody else who's back at school is going to have fun, and hopefully our weather has cooled off and we can all turn into fall girl.
But you don't want it to be a sad girl fall.
Not sad girl fall, but we want a fun girl fall. I don't know. Is there a better term? I don't know.
You can feel all of the fun, cozy fall feel.
Cozy girl fall. There we go.
Cozy, yeah. Because I was going to say there's some good Taylor cozy fall vibes that aren't sad.
Right. So, Yeah, thank you all for listening. Feel free. We'd greatly appreciate it if you could rate or review the podcast on whatever podcast service you are listening. Communicate to us on any of those social medias that we talked about. And thank you for listening, and come back next time. But before that, always remember, may the force be with you.
Forever and always.
May the force be with you.
Forever and always.